It's another one of those old Frank Monday productions coming at ya.
All right. It says I'm live. Let's see if that's true. Can anybody hear me? Hey there. How you guys doing out there in YouTube land? Try to get my camera situated. All right. Yeah, so I'm doing good. Family's good. Everyone's safe. Things are starting to get back to normal a little bit. Karen Feckjar asks, when all this is over, you ready to beat it? Have you had enough? And she is asking if I'm ready to beat feet out of Beijing. And the answer is yes, I'm done. I need to get home. If you want more reply. See if anyone's out there and yeah, I haven't totally figured out how all this live streaming stuff works yet. I'm trying to get in there and figure it out. I like to do stuff like this. I just don't know exactly how it all works yet. But I'm working on it. Yes, indeed. So everything's good in Beijing. Try to focus, ask some questions. What can I tell you? What would you guys like to know? What would you like to know about living in a communist tyranny? Got any specific questions, guys? Okay, so that's the live comment section. I don't see that anybody has asked anything, so I'll say hello to the group. Hello, everyone. Is there anybody in here? Not exactly sure how that Pink Floyd song goes. Something like that. Comfortably Numb. Got a little picture here to talk about. This is the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups represents a young person of the water element that is creative, dreamy, intuitive. If you pull the Page of Cups, it means that you have or will have a creative idea come up that you'd like to act on. I included my page with a sword so that he or she can take immediate action on their ideas and be a little more decisive in getting things done. I'm a water sign, of course. I am this one. Does anybody recognize that? Says I had a viewer, but I guess they tuned out. That'd be cool if If someone got in here and asked a question or something. Let's see how I look. Got the old coffee mouth going on. Been up for an hour, so it's 10:30 a.m. on Friday, April 10th. And I've been up, had a couple cups of coffee. Coffee. Did my qigong already. You know, you wake up in the morning and throw open the window, take a good breath of that fresh Beijing polluted air. Knew a comedian, a guy named Frank Monday, used to say it was like swimming in shit soup, sucking on a turd. Beijing's air pollution's epic. I guess it's not as serious as Wuhan though, huh? Ooh. Not even sure if I'm allowed to mention that. It's one of the funny things about being in China. You're not allowed to mention certain things. Like a lot of stuff. Just can't mention it. Got to keep your fucking mouth shut. Otherwise they come and get you. Alrighty. So, got a live stream going, but nobody's in here. What's been going on? I've been going deep into Yasod. You guys know Yasod. You may or may not. It's the astral realm. It's dreamland. It's a place I like to spend a little bit of time. Get out there, float around in the ether, the aether. Yeah, AETHER. Not the drug. The DMT of the mind. So, one topic I mentioned recently was that some have dubbed this latest crisis, which we've been under in Beijing since October 2019. So October, November, December, January, February, March, April. Oh my God. Can you see that? 7 freaking months I've been on lockdown. Wow. Well, the reason I say that is because they started gating up and locking down all our communities back in October of 2019, which I thought was strange. But my school project was already on holiday. So I think my school project ended first week of November. So we were on holiday and they just started locking everything down, gating up all the choke points. I mean, any way you can get out of the apartment complex here, they threw up new high-powered security gates with barbed wire and high-powered HD cameras pointed right at it and facial recognition screens. They allowed two exits on the main street out there, and both have facial recognition screens. I guess that's pretty much been going on in the city though for about, I would say this all started back in like 2015 is when they started bricking up all the small businesses. You could look that up on YouTube. Just jump on YouTube and like type in Beijing bricking up, maybe something like that. Bricking up. And they started running all the immigrants out of town and bricking up all the small businesses. and putting in new gates. Just kind of like, wow, just like turning the whole city into a kind of prison planet, dystopian nightmare. Anyway, I mean, you got to live where you can get food, right? And so I went home. I went home to the States last year for like 6 months looking for work. Ended up driving for Uber and Lyft and doing Grubhub and Uber Eats and all that crap. And man, I couldn't even. I could basically afford like a 99-cent burrito 2 or 3 times a week, and finance the rented vehicle and the gas. That's pretty much all I was doing. I was paying for, I was able to working about 60 to 80 hours a week, just humping it, hustling, getting out there every day, 10 to 12 hours a day in the car, and then taking one day off to clean the car. I was able to break even. That's about it. And then I realized after like 3, 4 months of doing it, I wasn't actually breaking even. I was incurring debt because, just little things. Maybe you'd get a toll road fine that you weren't aware of, and then it would rack up, and then suddenly you're $100 in the hole. And you're like, oh my God, I can't even eat or, you know, do anything this week. Just got to try to dig out of that $100 hole. And yeah, so all said and done, after 6 months of driving and really humping it, really trying to get at it, and all the cuts they were making to Uber and Lyft at the time, just kept slashing the earnings, slash. And folks don't tip, and you don't necessarily have to expect them to, but like no matter how you go above and beyond, and like maybe 1 in 10 dudes, yeah, 1 or 2 people, one or two out of 10. So like maybe 20%, 10, 15, I would say on average, 15% of folks would tip $1 or $2. And then you would get the occasional 1 in 100 that some dude would give you like a fiver or a tenner. And you'd be like, wow, maybe you just drove him somewhere an hour and he pops you an extra tenner, and you'd just be fully stoked. But then you'd have to deadhead back or just hang out there and sleep in the car or whatever. But you got to keep it fresh and clean. I was a good Uber driver. If that racket made money, that's something that was kind of actually fun to do. And I mean, it's exhausting. You're in the car all the time, but you get out in new spots and see things, and get out, do a little kung fu, get the body moving, do some qigong, jump back in the car, do another big run, chat with someone. Got dangerous a couple of times. A couple of different times it got dangerous. I had a dude pull a knife on me one time. Had another dude attack the outside of the car because I told him I wouldn't give him a ride. He was obviously way too drunk, so he started kicking the door. What else happened? Oh, pulled into a spot near Disneyland one time in Anaheim. Pulled into a parking lot. Had like no joke, like 8 to 10 dudes just pop up out of the woodwork and try to get me. Yeah, if you guys want to know about any of those stories, let me know. That'd be fun to talk about. Anyway, well, I've been at it 15 minutes now, and nobody's watching. Nobody gives a fuck. How you guys doing out there? How you guys handling the lockdown? Lockdown 2020. That's what I've been calling it since the start of the year. It's just fucking bananas, isn't it? Unbelievable how they could just shut down the entire world economy and roll everything back to like 10-15% capacity. the new normal, all these catchphrases. Seems like I'm always a little bit ahead of the curve when it comes to predicting these things. I don't get online and post about it though. What do you want to know? What do you know good? What do you say out there, guys? So, how have I been handling being locked down? Well, number one, my kids got out of school. I got two children, 110, 112, and they got out of school in December. So we've all been locked up in this little bitty apartment, which is pretty small. You know, I'm not gonna go into the gory details, but we've all been locked up together in this apartment for 4 months, five months, going on 5 months now, and oh shit, you know, I love it. What are you gonna do? It's heaven for me. I got my wife and kids, and just every day, same routine. It's get up, make some breakfast, do some homeschooling, um, get down into the yard, play with the kids. We play badminton. I teach them kung fu. I do a little swing dance when they're willing. They think it's silly to dance, but you know they like it. My son's a good hip hop dancer. He likes that. He thinks it's cooler. My daughter took ballet, so yeah, I teach them the swing dance, and then come back up for art. We do some drawing. We do some DIY handcrafts, and then get ready and prep some dinner. So we basically do two meals. We do like a brunch and a brinner. So you got a little late breakfast lunch, and then a little early breakfast, little early lunch dinner, and then hit the hay. Try to sleep as much as you can, chill as much as you can. Um, some people ask me how you surviving. Well, the Chinese, they mandated that companies pay their employees for the first 2 months of lockdown, and then so that worked for me and my wife. And then the third month of lockdown, they put her back to work doing online classes. So she's been doing, 20 hours of online classes each week, where she just streams live from the laptop. But me, they haven't given me anything, and they're, you know, as far as I know, I don't know if any foreigners in China have gone back to work. Maybe, maybe, but I've just been in limbo, and loving it. Nothing wrong with being a house hubby, man. Nothing wrong with it. Love it. Do a bunch of housework, clean floors, wash windows, wash dishes, prep meals, do push-ups, sit back and do some qigong, make a few goofy YouTube videos, work on my poetry and art. Oh, the fuck? Need to get a new chair. No cussing, man. It's not allowed. This little chair keeps falling apart. It's kind of a bummer. All right. Well, nobody joined me for live chat, so I'll wrap things up here. Um, don't forget to go over to check out Dark Journalist on YouTube. Let's see, how do you spell that? Dark Journalist. Um, Daniel, I believe. DJ is what they call him. He's a good guy. He does a lot of good work, a lot of good research. He goes really deep into important issues like the secret space program and the JFK assassination. He recommends a guy that worked on theosophy called Rudolf Steiner. And he's a big fan of Blavatsky. Blavatsky. couple of names he likes. I could never get into Blavatsky's stuff because it's just so dense. I mean, it's really more information than most people need, unless they're like the head, the grandmaster of a theosophical society. Then you might get a team of researchers and get in there and crack open some Blavatsky. But Steiner, I found approachable. I listened to his talk, Intuition as a Way to Self-Knowledge. 8 hours. Well, it's a book, I guess, but it's as an audio. It's available as an audio file on YouTube. So I listened to it, and man, it was pretty good. It was decent. The nature of thinking, but it's for a practical level to someone just getting into hermetics and self-science and know thyself. It's a little bit daunting, to say the least. So I would recommend like a guy like I like Poke Runyon, typing his name out here, of the Hermetic Hour, and you can get his podcast on the app, the Apple app. Poke Runyon, he's a good guy. I'm a member of the Church of Hermetic Sciences, initiated Pastophorus into the Ordo Templi Astarte, which is fun for me. It's something I really wanted to do. And so I'm on my path. Alrighty, well, if nobody's going to join me on live chat and ask me any questions, then I'll just wrap it up here. Fun times. Just letting you guys know I'm still alive in Beijing. Love you guys. Take care of yourselves. Go check me out on YouTube. Go sub my channel. Get it done, man. YouTube. Sub Frank Monday. He's a good guy. Love that motherfucker. Go sub Frank Monday's channel on YouTube. I'll try to do this a couple times a week if you guys, if anybody enjoys this kind of format. Don't believe the hype. That's going to be the theme song for 2020. Don't believe the hype. Public Enemy, #1. As above, so below. Into the abodes of the day.
Thank you for watching Lunar Light Entertainment.